Good evening. Welcome everyone to another No Strings Attached show. I'm your co-host Raja. Alongside me we have Camille and of course our household Spurs fan Austin, who I'm sure is incredibly happy. But make sure to leave a like and subscribe to help us grow this show day by day. Especially if you're a sports fan here in Australia, we would love to have all of you guys around. But let's get right into the show, lads. We will have a game 7 of the Western Conference Finals in
Yes!
Oklahoma, right? But the main story is if the Spurs don't turn the ball over, they keep that ball safe, play amazing defense, and Wemby plays aggressive, they are one of the hardest teams to beat, arguably the best team in the NBA. But the main question is can they do this again in game 7 when it matters the most? Austin.
Well, look, they've done it for 3 games. The Thunder's done it for 3 games. It's just, at the end of the day, if you're asking me how they're going to perform in game 7, we don't know yet. I feel like it really, truly is a toss of the coin.
It
And
really is.
we've kind of seen that with basically every game past game 1 of this series, or past game 2 of this series. And unfortunately, every game after game 2 of this series has kind of just leaned in the direction of that team. The moment they take that, they get that lead, they hold it. I haven't seen a single lead really be lost this entire series. And I just think that as the team who will take that lead at the start, and the team that will have that kind of, besides obviously the Spurs in game 2, I believe it was game 2 or game 3 when they went up 15 and then choked, right? Other than that, it really just depends on those first 3 minutes, especially for Wemby. Camille, you were talking about it earlier with Wemby's heat checks.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's still doing it. He's going to do it every game. He takes those early threes. It doesn't matter if they're open or not. He's gonna shoot 2 or 3 threes, maybe 4 in the first until he gets subbed right after the 5 minute mark.
Yeah.
That's where he gets subbed out. He's gonna have 3 to 4 threes at the time and see where this goes from there. But bottom line is, look, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Obviously, if they fall, it creates so much space for himself and his teammates. It's just crazy because now you have to guard him like really close, and then you're already in trouble. If he hits them, it's crazy. If he doesn't hit them, if he misses them, then
season over for the Spurs.
I don't know if it's season over, but they'll need to figure out something else then, because he creates so much space if he can hit those three. And so many matchup nightmares, like even more so with his length. But that step back three that he hit, it's just crazy.
Insane.
It's just insane to watch, dude. I don't know. It's just, obviously we're laughing. It's not because it was funny or ridiculous. Well, ridiculous, yes, but in a good way, right? It's just not something that you see every day. It's like a 7'4" dude, just doing step back three. It's crazy.
That's a 2K move.
Yeah, it's a 2K move, probably. Yeah, but I'm curious. I just hope whoever's officiating the game, just let him play. Just let him play.
I think that's really unfortunate as well.
I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Just sad when you think about it.
Yeah, it is absolutely sad. Like what are we talking about here? It's game 7. There should be no debate if they let him play or not. But at the end of the day, if the Thunder can create those free throws, if they're smart about them, if Shea gets to the line 10 plus times, then I have OKC. If he's struggling getting to the line and they're not calling the fouls and the Spurs are being smart about it, then I got the Spurs.
To me, it's all about who can keep the ball safe. If you limit the turnovers, we've seen it every time they beat the OKC in the series. The turnovers has been very minimal for the Spurs. I think
besides game 1, I would say.
Oh yeah, because the first 2 games, good old Stefan Kessel had 20 turnovers combined, and of course the return of D-Fox.
It has helped that massively.
Yeah,
that should not go understated. Look, D-Fox had a terrible shooting game.
Terrible game.
Absolutely awful.
What is it? 5 points.
What he does for that Spurs team in regards to facilitating and offense and being able to take pressure off of other facilitators such as Castle's turnovers have just gone down incredibly to a minimum now. because he's back. It's just as simple as that.
Yes. Yeah, well, in game 7 we can't have D Fox going 1 for 9. You know what I'm saying? Especially as one of the veterans on that team, you got to lead them young pups.
Hey,
Especially in the game 7.
if Shea's going 6 from 18, he can go 1 from 9. It's fine.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
agree.
I mean- You know
what I mean?
agree
Like,
with that point. I do.
Like Shea needs to he needs to have a good night's sleep, recognize what the issues are, and then come back on
Man, I
Sunday.
He was asked today at the Frank press conference. He said, "If we lose Game 7, my season is over." I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, great analysis right there.
Yeah, fantastic points.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But
Thanks.
What I will say is and I think this is a big wake up call for Shea, other than I believe it was either game 2 or game 3, that he has shot way below his standard. And we've been seeing it game in and game out. 3 for 17, 6 for 18, 8 from 20. It's just like, damn, these are not great percentages to be shooting. And look, it's to be attributed 100% to the Spurs defense, because like it has been pretty much locking him up, especially like the likes of Steph Castle. And even I will give credit to today to the likes of Dylan Harper, even Keldon Johnson. Shea tried like squaring up to him a couple of times. And they just kind of held him in a cage. What the wake up call for game 7 will be is whether or not Shea does have that MVP performance. If he does have that performance, it's going to be a blowout. I think it's just as simple as that, because when he plays at that level and he has that supporting cast that plays somewhat to the level that they have been this entire series, man, the Thunder is unstoppable. It's just as simple as that. It's just that, their leading player and like their top 3 in him, Chet, and J-Dub, I don't think really have been showing up as much as if I was the OKC GM, as much as I would like them to. Don't get me wrong, we've taken the Spurs to 7 games, but I just don't like the efficiency that's been coming from the team at all. I don't know.
It's always been about the bench, right?
It has been.
Caruso dropped 30, 20. Jared McCain started his first playoff game. He dropped 22. It's always been about like the others. Obviously, no AJ Mitchell, no J Dub, but you had Jay Will who hit a few threes in one game. You had Cason Wallace coming in and playing great D, and Isaiah Joe. That's why their team is so good, because their team is so deep. And as Jay, he can come off the court and go to the bench, and that lead will probably extend itself. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand,
unless it was today.
Unless
it was today. Going on a 20-point run, like 20-0 run for the San Antonio Spurs with, I believe it was like 14 or 15 consecutive missed shots, is ridiculous for the top team in the NBA. That's not something that the Spurs can rely on by any means, but damn, like that's just not something you should be seeing if you want to have confidence in your team.
Yeah. And the one thing that I'm kind of worried about, obviously game 7, it's up for grabs. It's just the fact that they play in OKC. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Play no nuns, no so that's gonna be we're gonna see who's gonna be reffing. Like Camille said, I hope they let them play. But I'm just scared that, because that crowd is gonna be wild. That place is gonna be jumping. And if you miss early and the Spurs, if the Spurs miss early and OKC just hit their shots, it's going to be so tough mentally to kind of come back and lock in. But, Camille, what you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, playing in OKC is obviously a factor. The Spurs play way better at home. The longer the series goes on, the better they played at home, I think. The fans definitely stepped up. Crazy atmosphere the last couple of games at home, so that is a big factor. I think if they would have played in San Antonio, I would have confidently taken the Spurs, I think, because the way they have progressively become better this series playing at home. Look, you got to do what you got to do. At the end of the day, it's 2 young fellas, 2 young superstars, hopefully are able to go head to head with not 73 throws or whatever it was. Let them play, but it is It is one of those games, those are, Wemby a bit younger, but those are still two super young superstars. It is a mini legacy game for the
Oh
both of
yeah,
them,
for the
right?
both of them.
It is,
It's not
yes, for
just
both of them,
one
yes.
for
No, 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 no,
Shea
no, no,
or for
for
Wemby.
both.
It is equally as heavy on the both of them, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it is absolutely. And so I just hope that they both know that, they both realize that, they know how, the media talks and, makes legacies and all these kinds of things. But it is a mini legacy game.
Yeah.
What I will want to add on as well, is as just a general NBA fan, I think as a Spurs fan, it definitely it happens to be like hitting me a bit more now. But having to, instead of watching the injury report before the game, having to watch the referee assignments before each game has been degrading as a fan, to say like the least.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that,
You know
Raja?
what? You know what? Obviously, as a football fan or soccer fan, the World Cup is right around the corner, and we've been looking at team announcements. It does
yeah.
feel like that when they announce the refs. It's like, oh, he's going to the World Cup. Oh, Tony Brothers is gonna ref this game, or Scott Foster, the serious extent is gonna. I mean, it's so funny. I don't think we've ever like go into a game and be like, okay, damn, Tony Brothers is refing. I don't know. Like, I can't remember where the refs is the reason why. Obviously, it's not the reason why they win, but it is a big factor
It is a
of when
massive
it comes
factor,
to like 70 something free throws the other day. We don't want to see that, bro. We don't want to hear timeout, whistle, free throw. We don't want to hear that. We just want to have a great game 7. Let the boys play. Let them play. Let them be physical. If SGA want to flop like a fish, go ahead. But I don't want to see. Come on, man.
Camille, can I ask, has there been ever like any time that you've been watching where you've been looking out for referees in regards to especially playoffs?
No, like lately more so than ever, right? Last couple of years for sure, with the rise of Scott Foster officiating. I mean, he was always he has that feud ish with Chris Paul. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
connection? Yeah. So that was always a thing. But you usually had like those weird statistics where like one player has never won a game under this ref and that kind of stuff. So
That's
that
so
was the
funny.
only thing. But bottom line is, not in the like 2010s. I can't remember where you had, I don't know, Kobe against Dirk in the Western Conference Finals, and you checked who the ref is. That's shit. No one checked that. You didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? Like both players played hurt. Everyone's hurt at that point. You just checked, like Raja said, you just checked who's banged up more than the other team, but you never checked who the ref is. I don't even remember a name from the refs back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just a bit worried because the commissioner
Adam
Silver, he went on the Steve what's that,
yeah.
McAfee Pat
Yes.
McAfee show.
Yes,
He
it
meant-
did,
yeah.
It's and he a shout out to Pat McAfee, obviously. Not confronted over there, be a bit too much, but he tried to
He
speak
asked
about
the real questions. He did.
he
did
asked
try
the
his
real
best.
questions, right, in
Yeah.
a respective manner. He was just, I don't know. I didn't like I think Adam Silver. Either he knows and he's not admitting to it that there is a bigger issue at hand, or he just literally doesn't see it the way normal quote unquote fans see it. There's a big issue, so I'm a bit worried. Hopefully they'll get it under control for next season and it'll tone down. But I just hope it doesn't drag out for the next 2-3 years. That'd be like, we shouldn't be talking about this every night. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I just believe we shouldn't need to be talking about the referees at all. It's just as simple as that. I think the game is just the game, right? And at the end of the day, the only times that we've really ever talked referees, I would say in the past, like in the 21st century of basketball, was Sacramento and the Lakers.
Yes.
And other than that, there has been
Shout out to C-Web.
really nothing, no other kind of series where this has kind of been brought up and discussed. And I feel like, especially in this one, it's kind of cemented itself with just and it's unfortunate because it was such a hyped up series that it just kind of got like referee dandruff.
The other thing I'll say though is if it's not OKC in the Western Conference Finals, let's say Spurs play against I don't know who, let's say the Lakers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This wouldn't be much of a discussion point. Maybe one game, Tony Brothers masterpiece potentially. That might still happen just because he's whistling everything. But this wouldn't be a discourse that we have right now. It's the problem
Absolutely
is
not.
that the OKC uses every single nuance and every single leverage that they can get to get foul calls and to go through the free throw line. So
it is smart basketball. It is. It's
unfortunately, I mean, look, it's winning them games. Obviously, Shea won 2 MVPs, not just because of that, but obviously it's a third of his points is free throws or whatever it is. That's the thing. Like I think it's also really hard to officiate games that when OKC is playing, you just any given moment you could lose the game because you whistled something and now you have to whistle another. You know what I mean? It just gets out of hand really quickly. Where you just have to be very, very, very. You just need to be on top of your game, also as an official, to referee games of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll say that.
You know what? I think we will change our topics here. Enough with the refereeing, enough with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think we'll give our verdict for the series. Personally, I'm liking San Antonio. I got to stick with my guys all the way through. Hey, I was hearing OKC in 5. All right, I was hearing OKC in fucking 5.
That was crazy.
That was me. That was me.
All right.
Me. I said 5 or 6.
The Spurs have taken them to 7 games.
I said it.
Okay, and there is a real possibility that they could be going to the finals. So my fingers are crossed for that.
Yeah, I forgot. I did say OKC in 6.
You did.
Yeah, I had them in 5. I think you in 6.
Yeah.
Austin had the Spurs in 7. So shout out to Austin.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought he was gonna go for OKC for a second. God,
it's those games are so lopsided sometimes that I don't even know. It's like recency bias every single day.
Yeah.
Every 2 days I'm having some recency. I'm having an existential crisis.
You get into the high. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, hey, Wemby dropped 40, bro, and then you go, but SGA is just so good. Man.
I will say as well, Wemby only played 28 minutes today. He only played 28 minutes today. So
Shea as well. I think he sat the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, he sat the entire fourth. He
didn't win this
down
time
for quite a bit today as well. I believe either the start of the second or the start of the third, he was down quite a bit as well. So like they made sure to rest their stars for the next game as well.
Look, my thing is for Game 7, Wemby's gonna get in there. I don't want to see him outside.
He needs to see blood. He needs to see blood. Is what he needs to
it doesn't matter if you have Chet, Hanstein, David, Hakeem, Shaq. Gotta get in there, bro.
Also, Wemby has a hit squad now. Did you guys see when he's whistling?
Brian,
like,
right?
He's got a hit squad
Bismack
now.
Yeah.
Bro,
did you
great.
see?
He's talking to them like into their ears and he's just going
Brian
through. He just
went
threw
up
the
to
play.
SGA and just.
Yeah, that was a great foul. He made him earn those 2 points.
And then SGA was like,
I love it. Yeah, it's a foul.
Yeah, that was me, ref. Hey,
yeah, that was me.
Hey, something.
Nah, they're playing with good physicality. They're letting them know that we're here.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good. Like I said. No,
so Brian's had a I think he had a rough couple of games where he didn't know where he really fits in the rotation against the Thunder, right? So even if it's he might, let's say they make it to the finals, he might play a lot more because he matches up potentially better with the Knicks. I haven't analyzed that, or we don't know until they play.
Yeah, it's really just a thing of.
But he's in an awkward spot against the Thunder for some reason. It's just weird. The coach yelled at him like a couple times. You know what I mean? Like it's.
As a Spurs fan, I will say, right, like when it comes to Carter Bryant, all throughout the season, he hasn't really been getting those minutes. He really hasn't. I think at most he would get maybe 10 minutes a game, and that's really at most if like someone was injured.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right, he just hasn't really seen as much playing time as one of the other rookies, such as like Dylan Harper, because they don't really like need it this season. They already had the rotation. I think especially during the regular season when like Harrison Barnes was playing like 15 to 20 minutes a game as well. They just straight up didn't need it. Whereas like in this series, he's been playing like 5 minutes. There's been a very distinct kind of difference between those kinds of minutes. But at the end of the day, I've been seeing some very good possessions of Carter Bryant on the defensive end against Shea. And it has been good for his development as well at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong, right? There are some stupid fouls that I see. He gets some the rookie mistake of whenever you guard Shea, right? And everything that you can fall for, I've seen Carter Bryant fall for at least once in this entire series, right?
Yeah.
Every single time. But we'll see what happens with New York. Also, before we move on, that Vassell block on Chet.
And he was
You know
talking to
what?
him after.
I will say them not calling the tech there, absolute cinema.
It's called Foster,
cinema.
baby.
Hey, Foster wasn't even reffing today. It was the OKC fan.
He got the Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ref? What's his Instagram? It's like Ref Mane or something. Gucci Ref. So funny,
dude. The fact that you could poster someone and you stare him down for too long, and that's a tech these days is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Hey, Russell Westbrook used to get that all the time.
Yeah,
Indeed,
some of the
Hanging on the
most
rim.
iconic shots and highlights from the 90s 2000s are people are getting dunked on, standing over that dude, I don't know,
the Scottie Pippen one on Ewing.
Yeah,
it's what I mean, this is here's the thing, this is a tech these days, but sure as hell they'll play it whenever they can, you know what I mean, like any commercial or whatever, the highlight reel, they always play it, but technically you can't do it no more. That one has gone a bit too far for me personally.
I sue you.
You stared me down for too long.
That was fantastic. I think it was just great to see the players chirp at each other. I think we're really going to see that in Game 7.
That's what you want, right? For playoffs, intensity times 100.
It's just going to be an intense game, man.
Yeah,
really
I can't wait.
Intense.
I can't wait. Hopefully they let them play.
What is going to be even more intense is the NBA Finals. We all heard about Mitch Robinson's pinky getting, what was it, torn? It just broke. And they've gone, they fixed it. He's ready to play. We all saw the Shams release of that, the Mitch Robinson files, right? Literally, he got his pinky fixed. He's getting it strapped to his ring finger, basically, and he's just gonna play. I mean, he doesn't even need to shoot the ball. He just needs to tap it in. That's all he does. He stays within 3 feet of the rim.
That man is a workhorse. And if if the Spurs goes through, I can see Mitchell Robinson on Wemby.
He has put in the work against him as well. He truly has.
Because we've seen it.
Cup game.
No, we've seen it with when Wemby has to face physicality, he can struggle, and that's why he's outside shooting all that step back three, looking like Curry. So I think Mitchell Robinson, bar his injury, I think he's gonna put in the work. If Spurs goes through, but he's just gonna be he's one of those players that you want to have as your teammate, especially offensively, getting those rebounds, because I think him and Josh Hart, they grab all those offensive rebounds somehow.
It's kind of crazy to watch, actually, those next games. I will say though, that pinky alone will 100% impact the game that we're gonna see, regardless of whether or not he's feeling okay or not. That's a broken finger right there.
Oh,
he's playing like this, he's literally playing like this the entire finals.
He'll find a way. He'll find a way.
And I think there will be a bit more pressure on Cat when the time comes. I think Mitch Robinson will be on some kind of minutes restriction, because I don't think it's right for them, and I don't think, I'm sure the medical staff would know what they're doing, but I'm sure they wouldn't.
I mean, it's also a broken finger at the end of the day. It's not it's
it's not the end of the world.
It
really
won't get
isn't.
worse. It's not like a damn like a hammy pull or something, and then you tear your ACL with it, or you tear other tendons because something else is weak. It's just a broken finger. They're going to tape it. I think Kobe played 15 seasons with broken ligaments in his fingers, and all that kind of thing.
When does the NBA Finals start?
The 4th of June.
Yeah.
Ooh.
4th of June.
So I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be just fine. I mean, look, he played against the Cavs. He played game 1 14 minutes, then 12, 9, and 18. Right. So
that makes sense.
It's not like, he's playing less than in the regular season. In the regular season, he had 19.6, so let's call it 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he gave you like 6 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah,
You
the
need
Cavs
him.
didn't really try.
You need him. I know, but you need him for the rebounds, and you need him for some defense.
He's a workhorse, man. He's a dog.
Just like 4 points or something. Just to bang someone up. Just bang Chet up. Just bang Wemby up. Whoever's gonna come.
I've got to ask, is this the longest tenured Nick?
Yeah, first season was 2018. Yeah, 2018, 2019 season.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's actually ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
considering that.
Damn,
he's the Nick veteran.
Yeah,
8 years.
Yeah,
wow.
What I will say, Raja, to kind of like add on to your point, is we've seen like in regards to like that Wemby physicality, we've seen it. Like we saw it with Gobert and the Timberwolves and Randall. They were like bashing him in. They literally were. I don't know, like if you remember like seeing the scars on his like shoulders and everything. Like he had some true battle scars after that.
Yeah.
So like I just don't like at the end of the day, he's done it. So I don't understand why he isn't still doing it. And he literally has been, right? Like it's just that he should be doing it more. So
it's also like, fatigue as well.
And that's why I believe. I think if either of these teams do make it out of Game 7, man, like even against that real healthy Knicks team, because look, what they play in in 2 days, right? And so they'll only really have 3 days to rest. That's nothing. There'll be a flight to New York. No, New York will be flying over to them. They'll fly home, right? And then like they get 2 days and then they're already back on the court. It's good for momentum, I guess, for whichever team is winning the 7th game. But damn, it's just after a 7-game series, I just don't know what's gonna.
I'm sure all you want to do is just sleep for months.
Yeah.
Just because you're just so dog tired, man.
They look at gassed in that Spurs OKC.
Well, you also got to realize OKC is one of the arguably one or two best defensive teams in the. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like one team
they
is.
They are the best. I'm pretty sure they were the best defensive rated team.
Yeah. It's not like the Lakers where high heavy offense and no defense, but these two guys are like heavyweight defensive fights.
I'm excited. I am really excited. But at the end of the day, Game 7's first. It's just, man, that Knicks team, other than Mitch Robinson, the rest of them are healthy. They are.
Yeah.
I just want to see a fight out of those dogs. It's just as simple as that.
It's gonna be a great series. Whoever's gonna go through.
But now, from talking about the winners,
losers,
it's really now time to start talking about the stinkers and what's starting to happen to the stinkers. Is that coming
James Harden?
Is that coming into play? And I'm gonna lead us into the new lottery that's come into place.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a look at it, right? I haven't had a proper look, but I've had a good look at it. It's kind of, I will say, it's a bit ridiculous what they've proposed and what is coming into effect. We're just gonna ask: is it coming into play this lottery or the next? No, it's the next lottery after this one, right? I'm correct to say that, yeah. So it'll be after next season. But for those stinker teams, Sacramento, I would say Utah, but like honestly, Utah is starting to build up a good core. Same with like the Wizards, but at the end of the day, man, like those two teams as well. And like,
you put the Wizards in there. They can have can have the first round pick for the next 30 years, and they can have a lottery pick for the next 10. They're always going to suck.
I mean, that's the reason why they've been.
That is just one that is just one organization that
I'm saying
they just suck. They do not know how to win it.
On the new lottery now?
I mean, the odds are flattened now. I mean, I can read the quote out real quick for the audience here. The NBA's Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules that include expanding the draft lottery from 14 to 16 and the relegation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with lessened chances for the number 1 pick and flattened odds. So, you add 2 more teams and I don't know. I think the percentage is something like from 7.9 to like 5.8 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like a couple percent chance off. Like if you're the biggest sucker in the league, you're less likely to get the first round pick. Sorry, not the first round pick, the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Unless you're the
And-
Spurs, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden, a generational
and
player
it's
is
a generational big in the draft.
As long as you're in there,
And-
you're gonna get that one.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed for that organization.
To me, man, it's just like, yeah, like Camille said, the Wizards can have the next number one, the next 10 years number one pick. It's just about the organization at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why the Wizards has been down bad, for years. Even, obviously they had John Wall and Bradley Beal, but they didn't come to nothing at the end of the day. Now they got AD and Trae Young. Alex, what I'm saying? It depends who, like the Pelicans. They've been that way the whole.
What if Zion goes to the Spurs?
Forget about it. I don't
You,
even think
you,
it's a
you
move.
think you think he's still cooked, or do you think
I
they
think
can turn
he's
him around?
absolutely still cooked. I
You
think
reckon?
maybe the medical staff would have been on top of him probably a bit more and not let him eat all
No,
the New
no,
Orleans food.
Zion
but
to Heat, he would
he's
probably
cooked.
die.
If he
there.
goes to the Heat, he's cooked. It's as
He'll
simple
probably
as
die.
that. If
He'll
he went to
probably-
the
he-
Heat, he'd be cooked, bro.
Hey,
He would have
probably
been out of the
come
NBA
back looking
sooner
like
than-
LeBron. He's gonna come back like LeBron chiseled. Like who the hell is this dude? You know what I'm saying?
I will say, look, at the end of the day, like organization does mean a lot, but like especially in regards to like making the most of the picks that you've got. At the end of the day, we do see that with the Spurs and we see it with the Celtics. Like, I think you said it the best the other episode, Camille. Those two organizations do with what they can with those picks, and they do it well. But, and there is a big but here, there are some teams that do need that boost. There are just straight up some organizations that do need a franchise kind of player, right? That will bring, guess what? More people and more audience to your market. And like at the end of the day, guess what? That's exactly what happened with Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. He brought a massive audience over to that Grizzlies team, especially in, what was it, 2023, 2022?
He's good on the West though.
Yeah, he's good in the West.
Ever since that team has been downhill.
But all I'm saying, man, is look, at the end of the day, right, taking those terrible teams and now, so it used to be a 100% odds that, like if you're a bottom team, you would get a lottery pick. Am I correct to say that? Yes?
I think so, yes.
Right? Now it's only gone down to 28%. I think it's 28.7% is the exact odds that's gone down to. If you're a stinker of a team, the amount that you're going to be stinking for is generationally longer. You're going to be stinking instead of like 5 to 10 years, you're going to be stinking for 15 years. It just, those odds really cook you. And imagine if a team like the Clippers, for instance, if they didn't have that pick from the Pacers this draft, if they didn't have that pick from the Pacers this draft, right? Imagine they got like the first round pick. Or the number one pick, sorry. Imagine that, right?
Or you can have a 1.8%.
Imagine the Hornets getting the number one pick.
Right.
It's just, it makes teams go from good to great very, very quickly, I will say. It very much speeds up the process for the good teams, but the stinker teams are like hell. They're in an absolute purgatory, especially statistically now. Forget about it. It brings in, it just, it's like,
I don't know, man.
I'm frustrated just looking at the numbers here because if you just look at it numerically, when you're a bad team and you need that kind of push, you're done. Sacramento's in hell now for another 15 years. They don't have no one. They need someone. And I mean, you can get that with a number, like a number 7 or a number 8 pick. It doesn't work.
I just don't know. Like Washington Wizards, they got the number one pick, obviously, and then you got the Jazz and Memphis. We'll see. This is a great NBA. Obviously, we're talking about tanking, but this is a great draft class. They have a lot of great talents. We always. You know what? I'm so tired of talking about the Wizards because they always suck. Like it doesn't matter. They can have Jesus. I don't know if Jesus can save them. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad they are. It's just because who runs that team? Terrible.
Well, let's say right, in the 2023 draft, they draft someone like Victor Wembanyama, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say we send Wemby to the Wizards. Is he going to have the same success?
Honestly, it's
No.
hell no. It's going to be an Anthony Davis situation. They're barely going to
That's what
make
I'm
the
saying.
playoffs.
Perfect comparison.
They're barely going to make the playoffs. He's
That's
not
what
going
I'm
to sign.
saying. Yeah.
He is going to take the Supermax extension, whatever he can get from them, and then he's going to get shipped 2 years into that deal because he's unhappy and he can't do it anymore. So usually, then
Yeah.
they play their rookie contract out, which is like what, four
years.
years. Yeah, they're going to play
Yes.
2 years into their new contract, maybe 1 year, and they're out. They're going to play 5-6 years for that. They wasted 5 or 6 years. That's why I would rather have Wemby on the Spurs than on some sucker team. I'll be quite honest with you. I know it sucks, but they shouldn't suck forever. This technically this system is made to shuffle them every couple of years, once a decade. Unless you're a big market team, you can get them free agents and all that. But technically, if you're doing, you look at OKC. Technically, isn't OKC the smallest market team in the league?
Yeah.
If you
newest
look at
team.
City, newest team, and all that, I mean they're at the smallest market. No,
It's, it's a college city at the
So
end of the day too. Yeah.
if you do your job well as a GM,
Sam Presti, shout
play
out.
play the long game, and you really have to know when your window is. Don't unload those draft picks for mediocrity, just to get you barely into the playoffs. Barely
to
getting
PG.
into the playoffs is not going to turn your franchise around. It's not.
I will say now though, especially with the numbers, more draft picks is now the way to go than having them placing just terribly. It's just
Yeah.
the way to go now.
Sam
and that's-
Presti gave the blueprint. He gave the
Sam
blueprint.
Presti did give the blueprint, and guess
I
what?
mean,
Yep.
Adam Silver has now looked at that blueprint and gone, "Let's benefit from that blueprint 10 times over." Right? Like seriously, it's just ridiculous. That blueprint was given, and Silver went and looked and said, "You know what?
Yeah.
Let's reward this, and
Yeah.
let's just give basically anyone who has a multitude of picks high rewards." And that's kind of what I'm seeing with this new.
Everything
draft
matters,
system now.
man. There's a reason why the Spurs has been so good for so long. OKC, they drafted James Harden, KD, Russell Westbrook, and then not long after that,
that's true, yeah.
that was Sam Presti as well, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And then now obviously they got SGA from the Clippers, but they drafted J-Dub. They founded Lou Dort. Caruso was drafted by was it undrafted and he came up through their G League team or something like that, Caruso, right?
Caruso was on
Chet.
the Lakers, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, and then
But I think
it
G
was
League
like
though.
It was a G
No?
League thing, not on the Lakers. He was on a team before that.
So he was undrafted and he was on OKC Blue, which is
Yeah.
their G League, and then he went to the Lakers and then he came back.
Okay.
But and then you have guys like DeAndre Ayton going to the Suns. Imagine if he went to the Spurs or some team that has structure, that has leadership, that has Team Duncan around.
I don't know about DeAndre Ayton though.
Yeah, I don't know about DeAndre
That guy,
Ayton, bro.
that
guy's a
guy
lost
it
cause.
might just be a Zion situation where
I
he
think
goes,
I
he's just gonna
absolutely
feed his way.
agree.
But like you said,
It's
Camille,
the
imagine
mentality. It is
if
the
Zion
mentality.
was
Yes,
drafted
yes.
to the
Could be.
Heat with someone
Maybe,
who
but,
Pat, who's
Yeah,
Hey,
but
man.
also like
Weigh
realistically,
in.
this is just a fairy tale because I loved Zion coming out of college so much. I think he was like the number one dude that I
Yeah,
wanted to see
that
succeed
was
after
awesome
LeBron. He
to
was just so
see.
much fun to watch. So that I think this is just like a coping mechanism for myself. I think more than anything.
still believe
Because
in him?
I can't no.
gonna say.
What do I mean believe in him? I mean he can be a 20-10 player. He can be a
But, like,
26-6
when
player
he's
in the league.
healthy.
When
It's
he can be.
awful to see, isn't it? It really is.
But
like, the most
he could
tragic
have
story
been.
of the
He
NBA.
literally could have been like a LeBron stat 27-7-7 type of player with crazy efficiency because no one can stop him in the paint.
So if he went to the correct franchise, do you think that would have been would change? Surrounding
don't
him
think
with
so.
people who
I don't
put
think
him
so.
into
I don't-
that mindset.
No, like I don't.
I think so.
Yeah,
Look, at the end of the day,
object-
and I will just say this to all of you guys, all right? The moment that you are Zion Williamson and you're getting caught time and time again with different ladies, right? And getting this shit leaked on the
You got like
so
internet,
pretty.
right?
How many
You're
kids
getting-
does he have these days?
I don't know.
Not that
so
it's
pretty.
not that it's any of my business, right? But it just goes to show that
It's a fair amount.
he's
It's a fair
he's
amount.
not
That-
he's
He's
not standing on business as much as I would like.
irresponsible.
Listen,
it's just-
listen. Zion is the man in New Orleans, right? Right. When you are the man, and that's how you go by it, it's tough because everything has to go through you. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ain't no
There's a
man.
reason why.
He ain't no.
No, I mean like when you're the star player
Yeah.
and you're getting that type of
I will
money.
say, just to cut in, I love the core of players that they have at sub Zion. Everyone else on that Pelicans team is low key.
Jeremiah Fierce,
There-
Sarah Queen.
There's some really good players over in,
Sadiq
in New
Bey.
Orleans right now. It's just that they're also like young and they have fucking Zion there. To be honest, like if I was New Orleans, I'd just pull the plug. All right, like seriously, he is hanging on by a burger and some like some fries. Is what
It's just
what I
structure,
will
man.
say.
You know what
It's
I've
just-
said.
But at the end of the day, the player also needs to accept that structure. I don't think the Pelicans
Yes.
are horrendous as an organization, to be quite honest with you. Are they the Lakers? Are they the Spurs? No, they're not. But also, I don't think they're like the bottom feeders of the league in terms of
No.
what kind of GMs they can get and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I Zion, man. But yeah, it's just out of control. Just out of
and it
control.
kind of
Just
falls.
purely out of
There is
control.
I will say there is a level of like at the end of the day, there seriously is a level of responsibility that every player has to face. It's just as simple as
Of
that,
course.
right? When
Of
it comes to
course,
looking
yeah.
after yourself, when it comes to being either a leader or having a good role in your team, that you have that responsibility as a player, right? That's why people such as Wemby, for instance, right? Like because they have the build and they also have the mentality, you see them striving for success. Like you don't often see someone like a third year player doing the things that are happening this year, or even the second year player in like Steph Castle. It's the mentality at the end of the day, and the responsibility that is taken by those players. But at the end of the day, guess what? Josh Primo got drafted to the Spurs, and we saw that happen.
Well,
right?
that's him.
At the end of the day, right? Like you understand what I mean. There always is a level of
Yeah.
responsibility by the player. So like
the two has to meet. You know what I'm saying? It can't be, this. It has to be.
yeah. So if to answer your question, Raja, if DeAndre Ayton went to the Spurs, yes, he would still be the same bum.
Maybe that was a terrible example because that man is a lost cause. How you have a dominant chain and your buddy gets swept?
Forget about it, brother. Forget about
Allow
it.
me.
Lost cause is what I call that. Seriously, an absolute lost cause. I also will say it puts teams such as like the Chicago Bulls, for instance, in a better position with pick wise, considering they're mediocre. I think it ups mediocre teams very much, especially if they're kind of like competing to be in like a spot like the play in. Do I believe it benefits them much? No, not really. I mean, like if it takes 7 years to get a good pick or like 6 years to get like a somewhat decent pick in a lottery like that, when tanking is just kind of good riddance now, it just doesn't help.
Yeah.
Responsibility does fall onto the GMs now a lot more, but at the end of the day, if I am a mediocre team like the Bucks, like the Bulls, like any team that's just subpar right now,
The Bulls suck though.
yeah, they
suck.
do.
They
do.
had some
I don't know
questionable
if you saw the GM.
trades they did. They threw every pick at every player.
Deadline were the worst.
They're cooked.
They were the worst.
They're actually cooked, which is sad, but they're cooked.
I think it also didn't help when they assisted San Antonio in getting De'Aaron Fox for a bag of chips was like kind of the nail in the coffin, is what I will say for that Chicago team. Like, look, they did try. Like, they at the end of the day, they got Josh Giddey, right? But like, it's Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso, and man, like, look who's really winning out of that trade.
I'd have Caruso all day, every day.
That's what I mean. Like
that trade didn't make any sense to me.
That trade
whatsoever.
made no sense. Guess what? OKC won again for like the 10th time.
Hey, they got rid of Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu. Right?
It's disgusting to see from that organization, but at the end of the day, it gives the GMs a bit more responsibility with the lottery. Do I like it though? No, I don't like it.
We're still gonna have tanking.
We'll see what the season looks like next season coming, obviously, and see how much it truly changes.
Yeah.
The leaderboards, and if it kind of evens itself out in a way. But I just don't. I don't see really a lot of benefit in this new
Yeah.
lotto system.
Yeah. Well,
Any other thoughts on it before we move on?
nah.
Doesn't get me excited. Doesn't do anything really. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of these like safe. Let's play it safe. A couple percentages here, a couple percentages there. Yeah, nice.
It's not moving the needle really.
People say teams still gonna tank like crazy. If there is even a 0.1% chance to have a better pick, if I have 10 games, you know, if I stink even more than the next team, they're going to tank even harder. It's just playing the percentages at that point, right? Don't matter what it is. It's like a gambling addict. Just fucking tank.
And I will say, it really does get the dopamine fix of like, if I'm a GM, right? The gambling on the lottery is going to be going even crazier than before. What it does do as well, if I may add, is it gives a lot more opportunities for sports gambling sites or sports gambling apps to be making more of a buck off of the draft too.
That's for sure. Or you can just be like the Mavericks with 1.8% chance and get the
Yeah.
number one pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You never know.
We'll never fucking know about that
We
one.
never know.
But we
Yeah.
do know.
Yeah. Wait,
We do
hold on.
fucking
Hold on. LeBron James from Cleveland and Cleveland Cavaliers is the number one pick?
We do know. We 100% know.
Yeah, how cold was that envelope? There's ways for sure.
San Antonio as well. Forget it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway.
Derrick Rose as well. Forget it.
Oh, legend.
Chicago
But
born.
wait, Luca got traded? Here you go. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. LeBron went to the Heat? Kyrie? Here you go. Yeah.
Nice
There's always ways. You know, at the end of the day, it is a business. We're here trying to make money. They're trying to give every single team, you know, a player so fans can come into the stadium, the arena.
Yeah, that's correct. They want every team to have a player.
Yeah. Technically, they want all 30 teams to have, you know, this one star guy that can bring the money, because at the end of the day, that money will come to the NBA and they will make more money.
You know what's a good kind of thing for us to go into? I'm just going to go through some of the bottom teams now. I'll say the bottom 5 of each conference. And you tell me who their marketable player is. All right? Number 15 in the East, the Washington Wizards. Is there a marketable player on that team?
I think Alex Sarr should be, but I think they killed his progress with AD.
We don't like Trae Young. We don't like AD.
No.
Okay.
Look, he's injury prone. Look, yeah, when he's on the court, he's great, but when easy on the court.
Yeah.
Next team, bro.
Number 14 is the Pacers. I think that's an easy one, right? They don't count as a bottom team. Like, they really don't count. Number 13 in the Nets. Who's their marketable player?
MPJ.
Really though? Hey, after the generational media run that he had, see, Camille's laughing because he knows I'm speaking right now.
Look, it's Brooklyn. As long as you're Brooklyn, you're never gonna be marketable when you have the Knicks right over the next borough.
All right, then what about the Bulls? Who's the marketable player on the Bulls? What, Michael Jordan for the 30th year in a row?
Martaz Buzelis. Look, that team is just. There's a reason why they're there, right?
They're gonna be bottom feeding next year. Right? Bottom feeding team.
No, sir.
You know what? I will say, other than those 3 teams, and I will say the Sacramento Kings.
Oh my God.
Who the hell on Sacramento are we purchasing a jersey of?
C Webb.
Not current.
Mike Bibby.
I'm not getting a Westbrook Sacramento jersey. Like I apologize, right?
DeMar. I'm getting a DeMar jersey.
Nah, I'll
get a Spurs DeMar jersey before I get it.
I love DeMar DeRozan though. I like.
I do too. Hey, as a fucking Spurs person, DeMar did with what we needed him to do, even though we traded Kawhi for a bag of chips.
Yeah, they have some names though, right? If you look at it, Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, Zach LaVine, Malik Monk.
They don't glue at all. These guys
it's just a random assortment of players, right?
Keegan Murray, who they picked third or something.
DeAndre Hunt.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
Hey, they need to. You know who they need to pick up? Killian Hayes. Why not?
What about the Jazz? You know the Jazz don't have an awful team.
I actually do like that Jazz team.
What was it? $500,000 because they were intentionally sitting players out. was
Bro,
either
they had to
500,000 and 100,000.
they have to send their NBA had to send their own doctors to check if Lauri Markkanen was actually injured or not.
Is Markkanen
Like,
a franchise player though?
he's like
can you,
third best.
Can you
third option.
market him as the number one option? No. Yeah, and he's just not a marketable player as well. He's just Lauri Markkanen. You know
I think
what
they're
mean?
gonna I think
He's
they're gonna
just
need
Lauri Markkanen.
AJ. I think they're gonna need AJ DeBonza to be more marketable, surround
they-
him with
they
Triple
will.
J, because they funded him so. The owner of Utah Jazz, I think he funded the whole BYU program, and they're trying to keep him in the state of Utah.
Do you think they're getting rid of Ja from the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I think he needs to go.
To where? Where's he going? Where's Ja Morant going?
He's good in the West though, so I really don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Does
where?
he move the needle, or that's the other thing? Like,
What team
I don't think
wants
so.
him? No team wants him.
Is he gonna
doesn't
shoot
move
up
the needle,
people
that's the
again?
issue.
You know what I'm saying?
No one wants him. When you're a player like Ja Morant or even LaMelo Ball, right? Like, you might be good on the team that you're on, but no team
Yeah.
actually wants you.
If
The team has
you're-
to be built around you.
Yeah, but even then, when was the last time we saw a point guard be the best player on a championship team or the best player on a very, very good team? It was Steph, right? But Steph is
Curry,
like,
yeah, I was gonna say
you know,
Steph Curry.
Steph is,
Yeah.
you know, let's not, you know,
You
we
can't.
don't,
Like,
I'm
it's
not going to
Steph-
put him
it's
in the
Steph
same
fucking
sentence.
Curry.
Yeah, that's
that's
what I
Steph
mean.
Curry, bro. Other than
So,
Steph Curry, no. Like,
you know,
if you wanted
Magic.
to label Shea as a point guard, then go for it. But he's not.
No,
right?
no.
Like,
no,
it's
no,
just
no.
as simple
No,
as
you
that.
have to bring up the ball 80 to 90% of the time, and Shea's not doing that. Is
Yeah,
he?
no, that
No, he's not.
he-
Not that much.
not that much. Not as much as a point guard.
Not as much as
Yeah.
flopping.
I don't know. Like, bottom line is, if you spend the supermax on a point guard, like a classic, let's call it a classic point guard, right? I don't know. Shea's a bit of a hybrid. I would still put him
He is, yeah.
plays more like a two than anything else. Does he have the ball in his hands a lot? Yes. But I mean, look, Shea is a different animal compared to Ja, obviously, right? Ja's, I don't want to say he's undersized, but he lives off of his athleticism more than anything. So his game is not going to age very well. The more injuries he's going to have, it's just not.
He's a terrible. Everything that he does as an athletic guard goes against everything, right? An athletic guard should be doing to maintain his body. It's just as simple as that, right? If you're a player like Ja Morant, you can't be doing the stuff that you are doing if you want to last more than 3 years playing professional sport. I'm sorry, but like, seriously, you can't build a team around broken anything. That's why Philly is just cooked at the moment, because they
Oh
tried
my
building
God.
around a pile of glass in Joel Embiid. A glass pane is the best way to do it.
Just a reminder, he's gonna make 190 for the next 3 years. Embiid.
Disgusting, brother. Hey, Daryl Morey clutched up.
Give me some.
Ja has been in the league for 7 years already. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's been as long
Yeah.
as Zion, bro.
He's gonna be.
He's good in the West.
He's gonna be 27 next year.
Injury
Couple-
prone.
Tell
Yeah,
him to go.
nah.
Make his back.
He got so much. He has so much baggage wherever he goes. You know what I'm saying? Not only his injuries. I think we all know what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is he gonna go? I don't think Minnesota.
His repost on TikTok.
He played 79 games the last 3 seasons combined.
Disgusting. Like, how the
Yeah,
hell were
9,
the first
50,
2
20.
picks, the first 2 picks in that 2019 draft, right, have played nothing. They've played nothing. That was actually the most unmarketable draft purely because of the fact that they didn't play. Zion nor Ja have been playing, full stop. Like,
It's so crazy though that like they still
They
have
went
to
1 and
pay
2.
them. They make so much money from being, a part-time basketball player. It's so, what I'm saying, so wild to be. Be like these guys make hundreds and hundreds of. Obviously, Ja lost a
and
lot of money because of his
they'll pay
team.
like what was it, like Ash Cash or something, like $15 million to
Why are you so pretty?
like sleep with them or something. Like, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
come on now. I mean, that's
I'd
what,
still
when you-
at this stage, I'd still take Zion over Ja though, any day of the day.
Yeah,
Oh, for
Any day.
sure.
Any
For
day.
sure.
If I'm, Morant is. I don't see, like, if you want just some, box office, that's a reason to bring him in, I guess.
But he's not even a high flyer anymore, though, Camille. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying? Because
know,
of
but he's still
injuries.
a name, right? You're going to sell some jerseys. You're going to get at least half the stadium.
You might
full,
sell
so-
some weapons.
Yeah, some weapons, that kind of thing. But with
Can
Zion,
I-
I still think Zion has. I think he can find a spot in the league. He just, I think, needs to accept that he's not number one and potentially not number two anymore. But
Especially
either,
now, yeah.
Can I make an argument? I think Ja Morant as a first option just doesn't work.
No,
right?
no.
But I believe if he was in the position that someone like, let's say, like a kind of Steph Castle second option, right? I think that would be a lot more successful for him if that was the case.
Well, you gotta look. He's not a good defender. He's not a great shooter. He's a slasher who lost a lot of his bounce.
Then what has he got?
That's what I'm saying.
When he, like, I don't know if you guys saw his
Ain't
games
he like
this
6'1",
year.
6'2"?
I don't know if you saw his games this year. His shooting was atrocious too. It wasn't very
No, that's
good.
what I was like. Hey man, can you just jump
He's
high?
getting
Can't
paid
do that no
40
more,
million a
bro.
year. He's getting paid $40 million a year
Well, yeah,
for the next.
if he
2
plays.
Yeah, if he plays.
If he plays, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm looking around.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Do you think that in only 2 years of the league compared to Ja's, was it 7, right? Maybe you guys don't want to hear this, or maybe it's too soon. I personally believe after this playoff run, at least, I think Steph Castle has achieved more than Ja Morant has.
I mean, that's not hard to say, to be honest.
Is that a cool take? Is that
He's
cold?
a much better. He offers so much more than Ja.
Then why is Ja making $40 million? Is why I've got to ask.
Well, to be fair though, he was the guy with Triple J in Utah. I mean, not
It's
Utah,
not.
sorry.
It's not like he's
Memphis.
paying himself, right? Someone gave him that contract,
That's what I'm saying. It's like Zion. It's like, man, this dude don't play, but he's
you know
still
what?
making
That's
hundreds.
That's so true. Hey, big ups to the Grizzlies GM for that one.
When the Spurs drafted Steph Castle, he was a piece to this whole puzzle, right? When Ja was picked, they seen him as the guy to change the franchise around, right? I'm sure, Austin, as a Spurs fan, you didn't look at Stephen Castle as a world beater where he's gonna carry you to a championship.
Yeah,
he was
no
just
way.
like a missing piece that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like same with Dylan Harper. He's a great rookie, obviously, but he's not. You adding. It's like OKC when Sam Presti is drafting, right? We're building to this. To this piece that we're trying to win championship. You know what I'm saying? Memphis has always been like that. They're all looking for the next superstar, and you get
reckon,
nothing. I mean,
like during the Rudy Gay era, Mike Conley,
right.
What was it?
Tony Allen,
Marc Gasol.
Zach
I don't think they
Randolph.
were really searching for much. Like, come on, this was the Memphis Grizzlies we're talking about here, right? Like they had some good talent. I don't think they were looking for any superstar. Then all of a sudden,
well, no, I mean like with the age of like this new age of like you gotta have a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Look at
this age and era.
Yeah.
I think them securing, what was it, number 3 in the draft. I think that was great. And we'll see what they do with it, right? Did you guys have any complaints really about that? I think the Pacers not getting a top 4 pick was
that's actually crazy. Yeah,
it was rough.
They're one of the worst teams.
Did you guys have any complaints about the picks at all?
No.
Besides, like, the Wizards obviously getting number 1.
Because obviously you got Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonza, Carlos Boozer, Akoff, Caleb Wilson. You got a lot of great names. It's just all about like who you're gonna pick, who you need.
Camille, was there anyone you were upset with getting as high or low as they did?
Nah,
I think
not
OKC
really.
getting number 12 maybe. But like,
yeah, like
that's nasty, dude.
But also like one more thing, like you guys mentioned, in today's age, superstars and all that. When was the last time someone won a championship without a superstar? The only thing that comes to my mind is like the Detroit Pistons in like, what was it, 2004? Was it 2004?
When they beat the Lakers?
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Tayshaun
Ben
Prince.
Wallace. Ben Wallace was probably their best player, but he wasn't a super mega star at the age of the LeBrons and Kobe's and Duncan. Yeah, I mean they played some defense.
Yeah,
like the scores were like 76 to 82 and stuff like that. There was some basketball.
Damn, I agree with you there, Camille. Holy crap! Like
That's
It's
the
been
last
a
team I have
while.
that it's not like a mega star. You know, a top
They
three
had
player in
they
the
had
league or whatever.
they had like all stars, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it was a team of best friends. It
Well,
was.
they had all stars because they were really good
Yes.
coming up, right? You know what I mean? Like they weren't picked to be like, oh man, Shaq is coming in Orlando. Like he's
Yeah,
definitely a
literally
superstar.
every team the past like I would say the past. Would you say the past 20 years?
Forever,
The past
forever.
20
That's
years?
just how
Yeah,
basketball is
it
played.
just
There is
is.
no, you don't win a
They
championship
sell
if you don't have
tickets.
a top three player in the league. You just
Mhm.
don't. Or top five.
It's
You
more the
don't.
case. It's more the case now that I don't believe every team now is. It's not an era of having to band your superstars together. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We're not seeing big threes anymore. Like it's just as simple as that. Really, you see team basketball, obviously, but it's not a thing of like Golden State, or it's not a thing of
You
Miami
can't with
or
the new
Boston,
aprons and all that. You
right?
can't do it anymore. It's
It's not
just not a
happening.
thing. You
It's
can't.
not happening,
You paid
right?
Clay. You paid Draymond. You paid Durant. You paid Steph. This team
It can't live
wouldn't exist
day from
today. It
day.
can't. No,
Can't.
it wouldn't exist. It's impossible money wise. KD would have had to play on the vet minimum, and Draymond on a mid level. So you can pay Steph the supermax and the max for Clay. It's impossible. It's impossible.
It is impossible.
And
It's just you don't see
I don't
it
mind it.
anymore.
I don't mind it.
I don't
mind
mind it either. I think it's great. Obviously now, yeah, every team is run by a superstar, but it's been the end of that kind of superstar
Yeah.
banding era for a while
Yeah,
now.
we have seen seven
Besides, I would
different
say
champions in the past 7 years. OKC can obviously
Yeah.
repeat this year, but and before that we saw the Warriors.
Come out
We
and
saw
play.
we saw the Heat, the Spurs,
it was Warriors, Heat,
Lakers.
Spurs, and
Yeah.
Lakers. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really.
Mavs have one in between.
That was probably the
it
craziest
is
run, though.
good. It was.
Yeah, it
Speaking
was.
of that Mavs
It
team,
was.
boy,
That-
they beat
that-
the
There
Lakers.
was
there
a
is
poll
no
lately.
debate.
There was a poll on ESPN lately.
That's the
and
heaviest
one,
ring.
Yeah, that one won
Heaviest
by a
ring.
mile.
A lot of blood on it.
100%. Deserved though.
Yep.
1,000,000%
Yep.
deserved. There's no arguing
Yep.
that. There's zero
Yes.
arguments on that actually.
Yeah, I watched every single game on that run. It was a thing of beauty. Obviously, being from Germany and Dirk and all that.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Never, ever. That was insane. Just insane.
You reckon now with the new draft odds, if you're Milwaukee trying to get rid of Giannis, you just get as many draft picks as possible and just scrounge like every
I bet it's just
pick
like
for him.
the blueprint is OKC, but they don't have Sam Presti over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have a someone who can like identify talents where you can pick KD, you can pick James Harden, you can pick Russell Westbrook or Chet or J Dub or AJ Mitchell, guys like you might not have all the top picks, but you can still get gems. You know what I'm saying?
In 2021 when they won the chip, they like the 2-star players of that series were homegrown Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Middleton and
yeah,
what's it called? Giannis. Like they were
Yeah.
homegrown at the end of the day, right? It's just
Yeah.
it's just the case of like, damn, Milwaukee is trash without like
Hey, they won a championship though. Whatever, they
did,
would have
like,
sold their soul for the championship. It doesn't matter.
it doesn't
doesn't matter. It's
They'll win
Milwaukee.
again
It's
in
not
the
big.
next 40 years, right? Like
That's what I mean. Like, let's pretend someone from today's time goes back and tells them, look, you can have all this if this comes with it. Like, you suck for a year or 2 or 3 now or whatever.
no.
They still gonna do it. You win the championship.
They should
So
try and
the-
sell high. as
The reason
well.
why they're in the position is because they ultimately get the pick with Giannis is right. You know what I mean? Like they gamble on it, and this dude became one of the best players, if not the best player when they won in 2021. But now it's hey, it's all coming down, and you can't really. To be fair though, they did stuffed it up with the whole.
Yeah, with Dame,
know,
100%.
You know what I mean?
Lillard scheme, don't forget
I
about
don't
it. No,
understand.
no.
I don't understand why they did that.
That was absolute stupidity.
Yeah,
Dumb.
I don't know. And the
I
fact
mean,
that
we
and
talk
then-
about it now as stupidity, obviously, but I think at the time,
In
the
we
trade,
talk about it with hindsight.
yeah,
obviously.
now it's easy. But when the trade happened, I think people were like, "Oh shit, this can work." And I thought this can work. Why not?
Yeah,
You know,
that's the truth.
No,
Giannis.
I just never like, going all offense and there's no defense. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're trading away Drew Holiday for. I understand Lillard is one of the best players in the game, but it's just like, I don't know. Drew Holiday was such a great piece to it. I mean, he won with the Celtics. Then what is it? The next year, the year after, right?
Yeah. It
So
was like 2 years after, I believe, or
yeah,
3.
I mean, there's a reason why people want guys like Drew Holiday in your team because he's a great missing piece.
Yeah, well, he's now in Portland purgatory. So
Come on, Lillard.
yeah, Dame's too old, I reckon. Maybe that's
Yeah,
a hot
yeah.
take. Is that a hot take? I don't think it's that much of a hot take. I think.
Oh,
Damian
he's
Lillard's-
such a great shooter that
yeah, great.
you know what I
shooter.
mean? Like,
You could great shoot me all you want, bro, but like I'm just saying, like they're very lucky that they have Denny now over there. Very, very lucky.
shout out to the Wizards again.
Yes, big shout outs to the little Wizards.
For all the wrong reasons, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
That's what I was saying, bro. Hey, shout out to Wizards for Rui as well. Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
I never understood why they got
right.
rid of him. They had like a whole
Yeah.
Japanese market there, and they got rid of that. It just never made
Yeah.
sense to me
That
financially.
trade was the weirdest thing ever.
I
That
mean,
was
what?
stupid.
To be fair though, that question could be asked for every single move Wizards made.
I just don't understand.
You know what I mean?
Like the entire country of Japan loved him. They love him. They take him like he's one of their own. Right? You have a whole market there, and it's just like
And that's when the league comes in and says, "Yo, that dude needs to go to the Lakers because he's going to be way more marketable for the Japanese market over there."
That's what I'm saying.
Wizards
it's all
like-
it was
about,
either
at the
there
end
or
of the
the
day, it's
Knicks,
business.
right? It was either there or the Knicks. It was one of the two.
yeah.
I mean, man, look.
Yeah, but that's an odd that was an odd one for sure. That was an odd one.
Strange, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's making the Wizards bank, like from jersey sales alone.
If anything, if you can't win, just sell
And
some
just
jerseys.
Watch time. I mean, like, I'm gonna use a bit of. Can I use a little bit of football terminology here? Right? Didn't that not happen with like Tottenham and South Korea?
Yes, sir. Hey,
Like that's the
they-
one thing that I do know about, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Sung
what
Kim
happened
Min.
with Tottenham and South Korea. It's just as simple as that. And now they're in like some kind of purgatory hell, is what I've heard. Right? Like where they just gone, why am I still going for this team? I've seen the South Koreans like getting rage baited by Tottenham, like on my For You page. I think it's hilarious, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're one of the most profitable teams because they are so big in Asia.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And
But
they're, like,
that's why it just doesn't
terrible
make
team.
sense to me why you wouldn't just keep a piece like that for the case of just like, I don't know, watches from overseas. Doesn't like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It's like Wemby, like with like Paris, right? And them going to play the game in Paris. That makes sense that they went there because like as the French man, right? You're going to be getting French sales of Spurs. Also, it also like really funnily makes sense as well, you know, considering like TP, best French player ever, was also like a Spurs player too. It's just like it kind of fell into place really well when it came to Wemby going to the Spurs. Because they already had a set market there. They actually already had a set market.
Yeah.
Maybe besides like the era
Tony
between
Parker.
TP and Vic, where all they had was Gobert and what's his name? He was on the Clippers for a little while. He's still on the Clippers.
Oh yeah, Batum.
Batum, Nicholas Batum.
Tony Parker. Shout out to Tony
That would have been
Parker.
purgatory for me. And like, I mean, as like an Australian fan, we're like, I don't have any representation. There's no representation of Australian like people in the NBA.
Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey, like, come on. When like Josh Giddey was the best like Aussie NBA player in the league, right? It comes out that like, oh yeah, by the way, he like hooked up with a 16-year-old.
Jesus. Jesus. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
not good.
Dyson Daniels looks like he's going to be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year for years to come, and then becomes the Great Barrier Queef and gets outscored by 50 points in the first half of an elimination game. I'm just saying, like, there hasn't been a good rep since Patty Mills. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. All right.
Ben
Hey,
Simmons.
shout out to Penny Mills.
Yeah, shout out,
Oh.
massive shout out to Patty Mills.
You know, the funny thing is,
Go to
we have a
Johnson.
lot of like Australians, but Penny Mills is probably the best, right?
He's the GOAT, bro. The reason why I
Hey.
go for San Antonio Spurs is Patty Mills.
Well, that's great. Well, I think we're gonna call it a day. It's a late one. Game 7 is coming up in a couple of days. I can't wait. I'm sure OKC is gonna destroy Spurs.
Come on.
Thank you guys.
Come on,
Thank you
San
guys so much
Antonio.
for
Come on.
bias fan right there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another show. We'll see you tomorrow or possibly after Game 7.
We'll
Thank you
see.
guys.
Bye.